How soon could Elon Musk realistically send humans to Mars? Ah, another good question.
I have strong views on that. My read of the history of space exploration is such that we do big, expensive things only when it's geopolitically expedient, such as we feel threatened by an enemy. And so for him to just say, let's go to Mars because it's the next thing to do, what does that venture capitalist meeting look like? So, Elon, what do you want to do? I want to go to Mars. How much will it cost? $1 trillion. Is it safe? No, people will probably die. What's the return on the investment? Nothing. That's a 5-minute meeting, and it doesn't happen.
So, completely compute, right?
Did she sell her house?
Do you think she's really going to leave?
Yes, she's already there.
Where?
And she announced it. England. Cotswold,
England?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. So
we agree. I'm not for going to Mars.
Okay, wait. I got nothing against Mars. What I'm saying is, here's how we get to Mars. Ready? China leaks a memo. Doesn't even have to be true. They leak a memo that they want to put military bases on Mars.
Right.
Then we're on Mars in 10 months, but NASA doesn't have a spacecraft, but Elon does. Here's my spacecraft to Mars, and we end up paying him to use his spaceship to get to Mars. And that'd be easy for China because Mars is already red, right? So that'd be an easy sell. That'd be an easy sell. Okay? That's how. So
we agree. I'm not for going to Mars.
Okay, wait. I got nothing against Mars. What I'm saying is, here's how we get to Mars. Ready? China leaks a memo. Doesn't even have to be true. They leak a memo that they want to put military bases on Mars.
Right.
Then we're on Mars in 10 months, but NASA doesn't have a spacecraft, but Elon does. Here's my spacecraft to Mars, and we end up paying him to use his spaceship to get to Mars. And that'd be easy for China because Mars is already red, right? So that'd be an easy sell. What did you do to Earth that now you got to go to Mars? If you messed up Earth, but you're good enough to turn Mars into Earth, then you can turn Earth back into Earth and never have to go there.
Exactly. Please, you can make all the points you want.
Thank you. I've come to recognize that the human brain is not wired for thinking statistically or probabilistically about anything. And then I looked at the history of math. Do you realize the first time anyone took an average of numbers and figured out that that was a good idea was after calculus had been invented? So that tells me that it is not natural to think that way anyway, and there are entire industries that have risen up to exploit that fact, and they're called casinos. Because people say, yeah, it's due. Yeah, no, it's not due. You don't understand probability and statistics.
But
So in that, so that means we're incapable as a species of truly understanding risk.
Actually, you're the guy. You're the guy who doesn't understand why the NBA team can't beat the Lakers. So I don't know. You're supposed to be the scientist, and you couldn't even admit that. But and as far as medicine goes, I could talk to you this about all day. But again, we do have a party to get to. But you know, this is not your field. You're not a doctor.
No, but I'm a scientist. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's not a doctor.
No, hold on.
That's not a doctor.
I'm a scientist who knows probability and statistics.
When I get a goiter on Uranus, I'll call you.
No.
Wait, no
got engineering.
No to both? No to both questions? Or how serious are they?
Yeah, well, so if one hits and it destroys the entire population of the world, that would be bad. And so...
Oh, my God, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
How serious are asteroid collision threats? Are we adequately prepared for a catastrophe if the Earth is hit?
No.
Great.
I could drop ties in this bitch, drop like flies in this bitch. I could tie.
Why are you jumping to conclusions?
But it was cool, and they had the little, what do you call it? The copters, the
ornithopters.
Yeah, they're like dragonflies.
They look like dragonflies.
Yeah, they're like dragonflies.
They're so well done that I had to remind myself that they're not real.
No, they're very well done, yes, but they had other huge objects defying gravity. So why did these have to have wings? Just put that stuff in their copter and they don't need wings at all.
Probably the energy source required for the large things could carry a large energy source on board, whereas the copters have to go with a small fuel cell and cannot actually expend the energy necessary for the anti-grav propulsion.
Do you give horses some different kind of feed so there's less poop? Do you put something in the feed so the flies don't want to reproduce in it? Do you, what do you do?
Right.
And how do you cart away the poop? Well, you got to bring in other horses and put it in a wagon that they drag out, but then they're pooping while they're dragging out the poop that they're taking out of the thing. Okay?
This is poopalicious.
So how do you solve this problem? You invent the car.
And that is fission?
Fission.
That's fission.
Fission.
That's
big atom.
Big atom.
Into little atom.
Little atom.
Now you come from the other side.
Okay.
You take little atoms and you bring them together,
Right.
make bigger atoms.
Okay.
Okay. Then the atom you ended up with has less mass than the two atoms you started with.
Same in reverse.
Okay, so
the
now
mass-
we got some mass that becomes energy.
That's
so
very cool.
that's fusion. So I was very happy about that because there's no shortage of hydrogen in the universe. It's the number one atom.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I was listening to a radio play one time? There were aliens that were coming to Earth to suck up our water supply
Right.
because they thrive on hydrogen,
Right.
and they knew that water is H2O.
right.
H2O.
Right.
All right. And I'm listening to this. They came across the galaxy to consume our water supply.
Right.
To get
To
hydrogen. When
Only the most plentiful thing in the entire
98% of all atoms in the universe are hydrogen.
hydrogen.
These are some stupid aliens.
Right.
And so I was very disappointed
Yeah.
in that story.
And you get the good hydrogen on Earth. Come to Earth, the best hydrogen there is. Yeah, no.
So anyhow, so there's no shortage of hydrogen.
Right.
And so if we could perfect this process, then it's unlimited energy for practically zero cost for the rest of the world and all of civilization. But I know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones.
Ooh. Oh, that is so disturbing. Oh my God, that sent chills down my spine because that
Okay.
just says everything.
It says everything about everything.
Says everything about everything.
Yes.
Like,
We're done there.
that's it.
That's it.
That's a mic drop and a half.
Elon announces he's going to send an uncrewed mission to Mars. He and I got into a little dust-up in recent weeks. Consider that he hasn't done anything that NASA hasn't already done. The actual space frontier is still held by NASA. And I was surprised to see some headlines because it largely misrepresented what I actually said publicly. Didn't so much misrepresent it, but it made more of it than I did. Maybe because they felt it could serve as good clickbait. Now, that's a 5-minute meeting.
This from Al. Al says.
You renaming people just for your own
What
convenience?
can I say, man? I hope I got your name right, buddy, or person. Hello, Dr. Tyson, Lord Nice. I was wanting your thoughts on if transporter, like in Star Trek, could one day just be possible. And P.S., Dr. Tyson, I saw you in an episode of Velma. It was awesome. What's Velma?
You know what Velma is?
No, what's Velma?
Velma is from Scooby-Doo.
I know. Oh, Velma.
The woman in Scooby-Doo named Velma
Yeah.
had her own show on HBO.
Get out.
And she's in high school. The dog doesn't exist yet. And it's really sort of the birth of the
Mystery Machine.
it's the roots of their origins.
Oh, wow.
Velma. Yeah, so I had a brief cameo in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I think I was a teacher. I forgot exactly what. It has to make, if I'm going to be a camera, it's got to make some sense, right? I'm not going to be like, it's my people that brought you wormholes and antimatter and black holes and the multiverse. All of that comes out of my people. And so you're going to
Sorry, the multiverse was coined by the fantasy writer Michael Moorcock. Just wanted you to know. He coined it. An artist, not a scientist, coined
What
the
year
term
was that?
multiverse. Early 60s.
That feels kind of late for my people. But we'll send out the...
All right, we will.